Let me start by saying how honored I am to be here today, with so many good people gathered. And now, let's take a moment to hear from Wanda. She's going to pray for the family, and she has a few words to share with all of us. Wanda, if you don't mind stepping up and speaking your truth. First of all, I just want to say how blessed I am to be part of this congregation today. I'm grateful to God for allowing me this opportunity. Let's take a moment to reflect and embrace the power of prayer, as it always brings us the peace we need. Now, moving on to something that's been on my mind. I've got something I need to get off my chest. Look, I'm sure many of you have noticed the negativity circulating around Junior lately. It's honestly beyond frustrating. Every time Christian Rock shares even the briefest moment with her child, people feel the need to tear him down. It's insane. Some of these hate pages and so-called channels keep asking, why does Junior still look like an infant? Or, why is his leg dangling like that? Just ridiculous. People are so quick to judge, and it's getting old. It's crazy how some folks wake up just to spew nonsense about a child who hasn't done anything to them. And what really gets me is that people forget there's a higher power above us all. Some folks act like we're living in a world without any kind of divine justice, like it's all just us down here figuring it out alone. But trust me, God is watching, and if there's something wrong with Junior, God will take care of it. We don't need to add fuel to the fire by talking bad about an innocent child. Can you imagine if someone said those kinds of things about your own child? Or your niece or nephew? It wouldn't feel too good, right? If you wouldn't want to hear someone badmouth your loved ones, then why would you do it to someone else's? I get it. People go through hard times. Life's tough, and sometimes pain can make people lash out. I understand that. But there's a line, especially when it comes to kids. We've got to be better. I'm not out here doing anything unhealthy. I don't drink, smoke, or get caught up in anything like that. I try to live a clean life, and I focus on seeing things from other people's perspectives. A lot of people do have good sense, but some folks seem to have forgotten how to be kind, especially when it comes to a child. Sometimes, if you don't have something nice to say, it's better to say nothing at all. Now, if you want to talk about Christian Rock, she's an adult. She can handle herself. She knows how to defend herself, and she's strong enough to stand up for what she believes in. If you've got something to say about Blueface, he's grown too. I can tell you, he probably doesn't care if you talk about him. He might even enjoy it. But a child, that's different. So here's the bottom line. If you don't have something kind to say about a child, maybe you should just keep quiet. Imagine if someone said those things about your own family. How would you feel? It's hurtful, plain and simple. I've made a personal promise to always have Junior's back. Even if I don't agree with everything Christian Rock does or some of the decisions she makes, when it comes to Junior, I'll always stand up for him. He's innocent in all of this. Some people just seem to attack him because they want to have something to talk about. And let's be real, these channels aren't even making big money off it. You're getting pennies to talk about a child's life. It doesn't add up. I'll tell you this, I'm not here to start beef with anyone. If you know me, you know I'll ignore the negativity and keep moving forward. I don't let people's drama affect me. You can talk all you want, but at the end of the day, I'm focused on what matters. Taking care of my business, being a good person, and surrounding myself with people who have positive intentions. You can try to start drama, but I promise you I don't care. My life isn't about arguing or fighting with people online. My focus is on what really counts, taking care of my loved ones and doing what's right. So talk all you want. My numbers are still going to rise, my life is still going to move forward, and I'm still going to be here doing my thing. So let's all just take a step back and remember the golden rule. If you don't have something good to say, don't say anything at all, especially when it comes to innocent kids. Let's keep it respectful and kind. It costs nothing to be a decent human being. People are only going to come for me even more, and that's the truth. It's clear to anyone paying attention that people can see through the fakes. There's a lot of jealousy out there, people battling their own demons, but just because you're dealing with struggles doesn't mean you need to take it out on a baby, especially one you don't know and never even met. It's crazy. Taking out your anger on someone else's child, especially when you don't know anything about them, that's a low blow. You're just being petty, and honestly, it's weak. If you don't have something good to say, keep it to yourself. You don't need to bring negativity into a child's life who's already just trying to grow and be loved. Just keep your thoughts to yourself if they're not positive. If you agree with me, hit that like button. If you don't, go ahead and like it anyway, and drop a comment letting me know how you feel about this whole situation with Junior. Your thoughts matter, so share them with me. And just so everyone knows, Chrisean Jr. is still going to his doctor visits. Everything is good. The doctors haven't said there's anything wrong, so why keep acting like there is? Chrisean Rock is doing everything she can for her son, loving him, supporting him, and making sure he's well taken care of. At the end of the day, that's all she can do. So, why keep running your mouth about her child if the doctors aren't saying anything's wrong? It doesn't make sense. It's a waste of time, and honestly, it's just lame. It's crazy how some people will sit around all day just to talk about someone else's child. You know that's not right. Life has a way of reflecting what we put into the world, and this idea is more than just a philosophy. It's a law of nature. Every action, thought, and word we put out carries a ripple effect that eventually returns to us. Think of it like a boomerang. If you throw negativity, hate, or criticism out into the world, it's only a matter of time before it circles back around. And when it does, it comes back in ways we least expect, often hurting the person who put that energy out in the first place. The truth is, we're not just harming others by being hateful or judgmental, we're also undermining our own peace and progress. When we choose to focus on the flaws or missteps of others, we're actually neglecting the opportunity to look inward and improve ourselves. Criticizing others often stems from an underlying sense of insecurity, jealousy, or unhealed wounds within ourselves. It's easy to tear others down to feel better about our own shortcomings, but this is a short-term fix that leads to long-term dissatisfaction. In the end, the more you put out negativity into the world, the more you're feeding into your own unhappiness. The universe, or whatever you may choose to call the energy that governs the world around us, has a way of balancing things out. If you put out hate, gossip, or envy, it finds its way back to you in forms you may not expect. It could show up as negative energy in your own life, whether it's through troubled relationships, missed opportunities, or even self-doubt. The energy we put into the world can manifest as stress, anxiety, or a lack of fulfillment. But when we choose to spread kindness, support, and positivity, we're creating the space for our lives to flourish. Positivity is not just about acting cheerful all the time. It's about choosing to see the good in others and ourselves. It's about being the type of person who lifts others up instead of knocking them down. When you make the decision to be a cheerleader for those around you, you're not just helping. Others feel seen and valued. You're also feeding your own growth. Positive energy and encouragement come back to you in the form of stronger connections, healthier relationships, and an overall more fulfilling life. Absolutely. The journey to personal growth starts with one simple yet profound truth. You are your own most important project. The world is full of noise, and it can be incredibly tempting to compare yourself to others. It's natural to see someone else's success, whether it's in their career, relationships, or personal achievements, and feel a twinge of envy. But here's the thing. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you're constantly measuring your own life against someone else's, you miss out on the beauty of your own unique path. Think about it this way. You can only see the surface of someone else's life, but you're living in the depths of your own. Everyone has struggles, challenges, and hidden obstacles. If we get stuck on what others are achieving, we lose sight of what we're capable of achieving. The trick is to shift your energy from external validation to internal growth. When you put your focus on becoming the best version of yourself, doors will begin to open that you never saw before. Start by acknowledging your strengths and working to develop them. Whether it's your ability to create, solve problems, or connect with people, there's always room for growth. But growth doesn't always mean constantly pushing yourself to the limit. Sometimes it means taking a step back and giving yourself space to breathe, reflect, and realign your priorities. Being present in the moment, truly in the moment, lets you find clarity and energy to move forward in ways that feel authentic to you. One way to stop worrying about what others are doing is to cultivate a sense of gratitude for where you are right now. Your journey is unique to you, and no one else's timeline should dictate your pace. It's easy to think you should be further along, but the truth is, Everyone's path is different. Rather than comparing, use that energy to invest in what will make you better today. Try something new, learn a skill, or just take the time to connect with your inner self. Ultimately, when you focus on your own development, you tap into an endless well of potential. The world doesn't need you to be someone else. It needs you to be the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. And when you do, you'll find that opportunities, people, and experiences naturally align with your journey. You see, the real work is in shifting your mindset. It's about taking responsibility for your own thoughts, actions, and reactions. The more you work on yourself, developing your skills, strengthening your character, and cultivating your emotional well-being, the less time you'll have to focus on other people's shortcomings. This isn't about ignoring the flaws of others. It's about understanding that their journey is theirs, just as yours is yours. You are in control of your narrative, and by focusing on growth, you create a positive cycle that not only improves your life, but also the lives of those around you. In the end, it's not the negative thoughts or criticisms that build success. It's the encouragement, the positive energy, and the self-reflection that propel us forward. So instead of tearing others down, let's start building each other up. Let's lift the collective vibration of our lives, because when we elevate others, we elevate ourselves. The world responds to kindness, and so will you. There are levels to this. If you spent your time working on yourself, you wouldn't even have time to focus on anyone else. That's real talk. If you want to win, you've got to push beyond your comfort zone and stop getting distracted by negativity. So make sure you like this video, share it, and leave a comment with your thoughts. And don't forget to run those likes up for your boy. Until next time, I'm out. Keep it real and don't fold under pressure. Life's too short for that.